Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, August 30th. Going to run through a whole bunch of charts real quick here so we can have a good foundation for what's going to happen this week. Here's the Kitco gold overlay chart. Each color is a different day here. And blue was 3 days ago, red was yesterday, and green is today. Anyways, we take a look at this 3-day intraday price action chart. You can see we're in a big range between 1242 and 1233 area. And we're pretty much seeing similar price action as a couple days ago. Today's price action is moving very similar. Of course, on Friday we had the big news and gold had some pretty big whipsaw action going on. Overall, it was a net positive day, starting over here, closing up here. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with gold today. I do have a feeling we'll get some choppy action this morning, just because people are Friday's news is still going to be digested today over the weekend, and it's going to have some moves, so we're probably going to see some choppy action today. I don't know if it'll get out of this range or not, but we'll just have to watch and see what it does here. It's this kind of action here makes it pretty much neutral. For all we know, we could have just flatlined for the day, as maybe there'll be more focus on stocks today because of the strong move up in the SP 500 and other indexes on Friday. So gold might be left by the side while everybody focuses on the equity side. Anyways, let's take a look at the daily and intraday chart of gold. Here's the daily chart. You can see going back a few months, and we've got the previous run up, and then we have this topping pattern, and then we have the breakdown, and then we had an oversold condition, and now we've had this nice run up. It's happened on really light volume, which has been suspect, and which one of the reasons why I never went on the long side earlier is simply because it looked like it was forming another type of bear flag on this light volume, and that it was going to continue to go down. But instead it's continued to just grind higher on this low volume. And the problem with a move up on low volume is it's only going to take a few big sell orders, and we're probably going to end up with one of these great big red bars down. And once they start, then people go into bearish mode, and of course gold will be pulled down very easily, simply because there wasn't a lot of buying volume behind it holding it up. Not a lot of commitment for people to want to buy gold. And of course gold is trading up here at near the top resistance level. Now we're all still long from last week, from this reversal candle that we had. We pulled some money off near the top up here, and right now gold's more or less trading, coming into a support trend line. I'll show you on the intraday price action here. It's still looking bullish. Go to the 60-minute chart. Here's the big reversal candle that we had on the daily chart. Nice strong bull flag surge on big volume, and it continued to follow through a little bit for the next day. But right now gold is just kind of flagging, and a much larger flag here, a multi-day flag, and volume is somewhat tapering off, and the odds are pointing to the upside. Now again, on the daily chart we are trading at major resistance, so any big pop will most likely be sold into again, and at which point, if we get another thrust up, we'll move our stops to a higher point on the balance of our position to lock in some money. So that's what I see for gold. If we take a look at the US dollar here, this is a daily chart. You can see we've had a really nice downtrend, multi-month downtrend. We had a breakout of this trend line, and it followed through for a couple of days. We had a bit of a pause, and then it's bounced up again, and it's taking another pause. It looks like it's trading at a support level today. Of course, if gold continues to go higher, if the US dollar continues to go higher, it could put some pressure on gold, but gold's been flipping between being in sync with the dollar and out of sync, so it's hard to say what gold will do if the dollar rallies or if the dollar drops. So it's a tough call there, but overall the US dollar looks like it's trying to reverse its trend. It still may come back down and form maybe a double bottom or something like that, and then continue to go higher. I think long term, I think the US dollar is actually going to hold up pretty well, simply because everybody's bearish, and it's overextended in this sell-off here, and I think it's going to take a little bit more time to correct it. But let me pull up crude oil. Here's crude oil. This is a pretty far zoom out. It's year and a half, 2 years here. You can just see the price action. We had the huge sell-off back in '08, and oil's been trending up. If we take a look at it, I'll stay on this view here. You can see we had a pretty strong sell-off here, huge volume, and then we had this big bear flag formed, and of course we broke down from that, and right now we're getting a bounce up to check to kiss that breakdown line. So now if I just zoom in a bit, you can see we're coming back up right into this resistance level. There's a lot of noise through here, and we are trading up at a resistance at a trend line. And if we zoom into the 60-minute chart, get a little closer look, you can see it's had a nice bullish action. It's had nice volume. Bull flag had a move up, kind of came back down. On Friday we saw a huge volume move up, and right now it's flagging down. And I think we could, this is a very bullish price action here with lots of volume confirming it. I think we could get another push up, maybe form a double top or go right up and maybe kiss this trend line, and then put crude oil into an overbought condition, and it's in a downtrend, so then we might look to go short. So that's what I'm looking for in crude oil. Now to jump to the SP 500 real quick, here's the daily chart. On Friday we had this great big reversal bar going up. Of course we're in a downtrend right now, and it was a nice strong day, but in a downtrend you'll find these sharp reversal days. It's simply a lot of people chasing and going short after a move's already overextended, and of course once it starts to turn around you get a lot of short covering, and that creates a 1 to 2 day pop in the market, and that's what I think Friday was. And you can see in futures trading this morning we saw it actually spike up a little higher, and has been pushed back down, and it's trading down near the low, pretty much where it closed on Friday. It'll be interesting to see if this reverses and continues back down, but that's what I think is happening there with the daily chart. I think we're getting something similar to what we saw right up here. Could take 2 or 3 days to happen, but I think that's what's going on there. If we look at the 60-minute chart real quick, you can see this is a 24-hour clock. Futures, of course, these low volume times here are the overnight and early morning trading during the futures trading, and the high volume times are the regular trading hours, 9:30 to 4. Anyways, you can see Friday we had that big move up. Market closed right about top of this arrow here at 1064. Anyways, futures trading we had a move up, and then you saw this great big pop late last night. And usually after you see an overbought market like this and you see a pop, it's a really good sign that it's the last people literally just covering their shorts, and it's a quick wave and it pushes the market up, and just as they all kind of panic out more or less, the market reverses, and that's the end of it. And you'll see these spikes happen in a lot of places. You'll see new highs made, and then you'll see a sharp sell-off, and what is just the last kind of push up to really squeeze everybody out, all the shorts, and then it'll start to come down. But right now, if we zoom out just a little bit more, you can see futures has pulled back this morning. If we go from this low straight across, we're pretty much trading at a support level, which acted as support here, resistance here. It was yesterday's close there, and then we're trading pretty much just above that. So it's sitting at support now. It's had a little fade down this morning. I think in trading today we might see another bounce up, test this level, possibly do a double top, and then maybe not quite as high as a retrace, and then start to head back down. So that's what I see for the S&P, and what I'll be looking for going forward as for setups. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.